The Minnesota Twins have released their 2026 Spring Breakout Roster pool ahead of a slate of exhibitions set for late March. The whole purpose of this event is to show off rising talents who could make up the next generation of stars. Let's go over some notables on that Twins list today. We begin with Kaelen Culpepper. This is someone who just keeps checking off the boxes, right? The first-round pick from the 2024 draft class achieved non-roster invitee status this time around, and now could be on this year's edition of the Spring Breakout Roster. The shortstop is Minnesota's number 2 overall prospect, according to MLB.com, and there is definite 5-tool upside here. Culpepper throttled 20 home runs and stole 25 bags to the tune of a .289 batting average and .844 OPS across High A Cedar Rapids and Double A Wichita last season. He can hit, he can cause trouble on the base paths, and his swing packs a punch as well. Then you have the approach itself. Culpepper has proven to be a tough at bat, holding his strikeout rate to just 17.4% in the 2025 campaign. If you can keep that below the low 20s, you're in a pretty good spot. Let's see what the kid's got and how quickly he progresses through the final levels of the minor leagues. At 23 years old, his ETA is set for 2027. Selfishly, I hope he makes the Spring Breakout Roster and we see him. Up next, Eduardo Tait. He's the third-ranked prospect in the Twins farm system, the top backstop in their pipeline, and looks like he can be a true slugger. After starting his journey in the Philadelphia Phillies system, Tait switched sceneries in the middle of last season, but picked up right where he left off in High A Cedar Rapids. In 2025 as a whole, Tait had a .738 OPS with 14 long balls and 71 runs batted in. When he's able to pull the ball, Tait can be one of the most dangerous power hitters in a lineup. His problem comes from venturing outside of the strike zone, as we see with some young sluggers from time to time, as he had a 41% chase rate last season. We'll see if he can reel that in. The good news, this is just a 19-year-old with loads of potential, a cannon arm behind the plate. It's just about developing that plate discipline on the offensive end up next. Next, we have Prielipp. He's our third player to watch out for, and he is someone who's been gaining prospect hype the healthier he's gotten. The 2022 second-round pick strikeout stuff is otherworldly when he's on. Prielipp's slider and changeup both earned 60 grades, and the fastball? Look, there were some questions after his Tommy John surgery on just how dangerous he still could be. Post-op and recovery program, and the guy is comfortably throwing 95 miles per hour with the ability to touch 99 as a southpaw. That is Chris Sale stuff. Unreal stuff from the left side. Over 112 and 2/3 innings of work in pro ball. The Wisconsin native has 146 punch-outs to just 42 walks to this point. 82 and 2/3 of those innings were this past year as Prielipp continues to ramp up his volume. This guy could be a serious weapon in the Twins rotation not long from now, and I think he gets the call soon. Last, but certainly not least, Riley Quick. What a name, by the way. And what a frame he's working with. The 36th overall pick in his last year's draft is 6'6", 255 pounds, and sports a 60-grade fastball and slider and very intimidating presence, as you could probably imagine. Not bad for someone who was a high-level offensive lineman in high school, who was good enough to compete on the gridiron at the next level. That fastball, as mentioned, buzzes in there in the mid to high 90s range, and Quick does a remarkable job of maintaining that velocity over a long period of time. The main priority for Riley, just getting more experience. He had just 87 innings of college baseball under his belt before the Twins selected him this last year. Let's see what happens as he gets more innings under his belt, and if any issues arise that he needs to iron out. If you enjoy breakdowns like this, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.